Hello everyone and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show where I help you spend your wine dollars wisely. Well, you can tell it's Sunday. I'm shooting this on a Sunday. I'm going to put it up on Tuesday. Seahawks won today. They're first in their division now because San Francisco lost, which is exciting. I'm still nervous about the Seahawks. Just saying, I am. Anyway, we are looking at budget-friendly wines for prime rib at Christmas dinner. Now, you may not be having prime rib, but a lot of you do. I may do an episode, I don't know, it just depends on how things go, on Pinot Noir with Christmas ham or Syrah, because I like both of those with ham. Although ham is not my favorite thing, I do enjoy it sometimes. We're going to look at two wines that would go well with prime rib that are $20 and under. Now, I don't know, some of you might think, well, that doesn't really fit my budget. But I think $20 and under are good quality wines. You can find a lot of great wines in the $20 range. And I have a couple here that I think might fit that bill. We're going to find out. First of all, we're going to go with my Winery of the Year in 2018. I've already picked my Winery of the Year for 2019. I just haven't revealed it yet. This is the Longship Cellars 2017 Starship Cabernet Sauvignon, Columbia Valley. Kyle and Cassie Welch, great people. Kyle Welch is a great winemaker, and he has a nice touch. So here's the wine. The back label is kind of cool. Of course, they're big Norwegian heritage. Let's give this a little rinse. Cabernet is a great matchup with meat. A little more tannins. Good with the protein of the meat. And this is $19, which is, I think, is a very fair price for a Washington State Cabernet Sauvignon. Let's see what we get on the nose. So immediately I get like a cherry, definitely a lot of cherries, a little bit of a dusty component coming through. I get a little bit of a red berry, cherries and red berries. And a little bit of red flower component. Let's see what we get on the palate. See, this lives up to exactly what I was expecting. I don't know, I haven't tried the 17. This might be the first time I've tried the 17. Great vintage. Spicy on the palate, which I like. So you get this kind of cherry, a lot of a red cherry, more leaning towards a red cherry notes, a little bit red flowers, tobacco coming through. The tannins are there, but they're well integrated. They're not super intense. They're very smooth tannins. Let's just put it that way. Just a tiny hit of vanilla coming through. This would be a classic cab to have with prime rib. It's $19, fair price. A lot of times we like to spend just a little bit more around Christmas time. I think $20, anywhere between $15 and $20 is a really nice budget wine, in my opinion. You could disagree. Let me know in the comments. Because, you know, there's so many wines that are in the $30 to $60 range that we could pull out for Christmas dinner, which you might do, but I think this is just a nice price range. I did an episode before this, and I watched it, and I go, you know what, I just dumped it. Something about that episode just didn't do it for me, and I don't do that very often, but I did on that one. This is a great cab. I mean, it's just soft, but still has good intensity. Spicy, red cherry, red flower, tobacco notes. This is just a cab that I think if you put it on the table, everybody's going to love it. Getting interesting, it wants to lean towards cinnamon, which is really curious to me. Interesting to me. I'm curious about that. Best way to phrase that. Yeah, the tobacco notes come through. Nice finish. Good balance across the palate. I am going to say, I'm going to give this one a B plus A minus. I think it's a really, really stellar cab for $19. Let's move on. So I did the Garnacha for Thanksgiving on this one. This is the Idyllico Monastrell, Yakima Valley, 2014, Washington State. I got my eye on this winery. I really like these guys. There is the label. So I got to get a little light on that. I hope you can see it. There you go. Good football day today. 49ers lost. Seattle won. Puts them in first place in their division. They have to finish the season playing the 49ers. They're a great team. Yeah. Buffalo just beat Pittsburgh. They got in the playoffs. Shout out to Keith. Hey, and a shout out to Giovanni. Thank you, Giovanni, for watching. He came in the store today and said, subscribe to your channel. That means a lot to me. Thank you very, very much. Now, this is Monastrell, or Mourvedre, as they call it in France. And kind of a thick-skinned, smaller berry, high in tannins, deep in color. They like to use it for blending, especially in the Chateauneuf du Pape and Côte d'Aronnes. GSM blends, Grenache Syrah Mourvedre. Mourvedre gives it a color. Ooh, I forgot to show the color on the cab. Sorry about that, guys. So, very intense color. You almost cannot see through it. Even with this bright light here, can't even see through it. So, very intense in color. They're higher in tannins, which is perfect for a prime rib. At least I believe so. Let's see what we get on those. This is $20. So you're right at that cusp, what I consider a non-budget busting wine. I wanted to go lower. I wanted to get into the 15 and under range, but I get a little nervous about that because this is Christmas, right? This is Christmas dinner. And I think a lot of you want to just do a little bit more. And I think a little bit more to me is closer to 20 bucks. I don't know. Like I said, make a comment how you feel about that. And a lot of times when you get in under the $15 range, you lack the intensity that can match up to the meat. Now, I can find some wines that are pretty good in that range, but I'm just saying. This has like a dusty rock thing on the nose. I get like plums and boysenberry, which is, I love that. Hints of currants. And definitely a kind of a tobacco-y, savory element coming through. Let's see what we get on the palate. Oh, guys, if you can find this Idyllico Monastrell, get on it. I mean, seriously, intense plums, boysenberry, tobacco, spice, a little bit of meat marinade coming through. Man, I'm telling you. Solid tannins, but they're in balance. I mean, this doesn't pucker your mouth up, doesn't make your cheeks get all tight. It just is. This is a beautiful one. This is a beautiful one. 2014, and I noticed that Idyllico, and I'm going to have to call the winemaker and just ask about it. They must hold back a little bit because 2014, tobacco lingers on the back. Says this has a long finish. A little bit of tar. Well, sorry, Gordy. One of my guys that watched the video, he said, "Who wants to eat tar?" I don't know how to describe it. It's like the plums and plums and boysenberries have reduction. I think that's the best way to put it. Which to me is kind of a tarry element. That's what I mean by tar. Thank you, Gordy, for making me explain that. So a little reductive element on but the wine is not reductive. But the boysenberry and plum notes like a reduction sauce a little bit. You know what I'm saying? There's a nice high tone, a nice lift on the mid palate into the finish. That tobacco comes through, the plums, the boysenberries. Beautiful wine. Beautiful. This would be, I'm talking, this is what I'm having with my prime rib right here. Love the start. Don't get me wrong. Love the Longship Sellers cab. This is just unbelievable. Different grade, different varietal, of course, but I understand that. I'm going to go straight up A, hedging towards A+. So there you go. A couple of possibilities for your prime rib dinner. Maybe I'll do an episode for ham. I don't know yet. We'll find out. You know, life can get complicated sometimes. I have to throw one of my videos out. Thanks for taking a little time out of your day to watch. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.